Set in Nazi Germany during World War II, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak is a deeply moving novel that explores themes of love, loss, resistance, and the power of words. The story is uniquely narrated by Death, who provides a haunting yet poetic perspective on human nature, war, and the resilience of the human spirit. The novel follows Liesel Meminger, a young girl sent to live with foster parents, Hans and Rosa Huberman, in the small town of Malching after her mother is unable to care for her. On the journey to Malching, Liesel experiences her first major loss. Her younger brother, Werner, dies suddenly. At his burial, she picks up her first stolen book, The Grave Digger's Handbook, even though she cannot yet read. This moment marks the beginning of her love affair with books and words. When Liesel arrives at the Huberman household, she struggles to adjust to her new life. Rosa Huberman, though gruff and harsh in demeanor, has a deep, hidden kindness, while Hans Huberman is a gentle and compassionate man who becomes a father figure to Liesel. Hans, a house painter and accordion player, teaches Liesel to read, sitting with her in the basement at night and helping her decipher the words in the Grave Digger's Handbook. This bond between them grows stronger over time, especially as Hans provides comfort and stability in an increasingly dangerous world. As Liesel becomes more confident in her reading, she begins stealing books whenever she gets the chance. She first takes one from a Nazi book burning, risking punishment for doing so. She later starts sneaking into the library of the mayor's wife, Ilse Hermann, who, instead of punishing her, allows her to steal books because she recognizes Liesel's hunger for knowledge. These stolen books become Liesel's escape from the horrors of war and a way for her to connect with others. During this time, the Hubermans take in Max Vandenberg, a Jewish man fleeing Nazi persecution. Max's father had saved Hans's life during World War I, and in return, Hans agrees to hide him in their basement despite the enormous risk. Liesel and Max develop a profound friendship. Max, a former fistfighter, is gentle and kind, and he encourages Liesel's love for words by writing her small stories, including The Standover Man, which tells of his life and experiences. Liesel reads to Max as he battles illness, and their bond deepens through shared suffering and the power of storytelling. As the war escalates, life in Malching becomes increasingly dangerous. The Nazis conduct routine raids, searching for Jews in hiding. Hans's kind heart gets him into trouble when he impulsively gives a piece of bread to a starving Jewish prisoner marching through town. This act of defiance leads to his being conscripted into the German army, leaving Rosa and Liesel alone for months. Liesel's relationship with her best friend, Rudi Steiner, also grows stronger. Rudi, a bold and charismatic boy, has a rebellious streak. He dreams of being like the African-American athlete Jesse Owens and frequently challenges Nazi authority. Though Liesel and Rudi share a deep friendship, Rudi's love for Liesel remains unspoken until tragedy strikes. The climax of the novel is both heartbreaking and inevitable. One night, as Liesel sits in the basement writing her own story, a bombing raid destroys her street, Himmel Street, killing Hans, Rosa, Rudi, and many others. Liesel is the only survivor, saved by the very words she loves. The act of writing kept her in the basement, away from the blast. She is devastated, especially by Rudi's death, and in a moment of sorrow, she finally gives him the kiss he always wanted but never received in life. Liesel is later taken in by Ilse Hermann, and eventually, after the war, she reunites with Max, who has survived the concentration camps. Death, who has been watching Liesel's journey, reveals that he carries her book, The Book Thief, which she dropped in the rubble after the bombing. He describes her as just another soul he must take, but one who deeply moved him. In the final lines, Death reflects on the nature of humanity, saying, "I am haunted by humans." Despite witnessing the worst of human cruelty, he also sees their resilience, kindness, and love, making The Book Thief a powerful meditation on the duality of human nature.